Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Embrace the Experience, part of the Todos Somos Toastmasters channel. I am your host, Violeta Rios, located in Monterrey, Mexico, of Division A in District 34. As the Toastmaster year comes to a close, it's time to think about our leadership transition. Sometimes we wish things were forever, but eventually we need to wrap up and move on. There are 7 more weeks remaining to our current term, and June 30th will be a Monday, which will be perfect for all those last-minute membership inscriptions, possible educational awards, registrations, and so forth, though I strongly recommend everyone have their pending items completed by Saturday, June 28th. There are 3 things that are left for us to do starting today. The first one, ensuring a solid end of the term. The second, electing new leaders. The third, preparing for a smooth transition and a good kickoff for the new year. As we ensure a solid end of term, we need to review what our goals were in the beginning of the term for our Distinguished Club program. Have we all reached the distinguished status that we wanted to? What else do we need to do to get there? It's also a good opportunity to evaluate our membership. Remember, if at the end of the year the club does not have 20 members or a growth of 5 new members, all the effort put into the education awards, having renewals paid on time, and going to training will not be valid. So it's a good opportunity to make sure that we take advantage of the Beat the Clock campaign and get those 20 members, or at least 5 new members. And yes, we need to register all educational awards on time. So let's talk about finding new leaders. Many clubs that I've known use one of 3 different approaches. One approach is our traditional election process, where the current president opens all 7 positions and asks who wants to step up to the plate, and the rest of the club votes. And that way we pick a new leader. The second option is by natural succession. The current Vice President of Education becomes the next club president. The current Vice President of Membership becomes the next Vice President of Education, and so on. What does the current president do? Probably retire and live life as a regular member, or sometimes they come back and help as Sergeant at Arms or as club secretaries. And last but not least, what I think is one of the most feared methods is appointment. I, as current president, select you to be my successor. There is no right or wrong. There are, of course, ideals, which would be the election, but each club has their own traditions and cultures, and I would strongly suggest, once you define what works best for your club, stay there. I am pretty sure if it's worked that way for years, it might be the best idea. Now, let's prepare for a smooth transition. So first of all, we need to make sure what needs to be transitioned and what needs to end in the current period. A good idea would be to have a calendar and a checklist to give our incoming officers what needs to be done in the meantime, and this would be during the month of June and the beginning of July, possibly. It is a very smart thing to review your current goals and what you would like or expect the new club officers to reach by the next year. And well, to address any business that might impact the upcoming officers, whether it's a venue situation, a financial issue, anything that you as current leader think would hurt the incoming leaders, you need to let them know with due time. It is suggested that at least once a month, club leaders get together for a meeting. I suggest that the May or the June meeting would include and involve both boards, the outcoming and the incoming, to share best practices and advice. There is always things that current leaders love doing and that worked fantastic for the clubs, whether it were the kinds of sessions, the amount of sessions, or different activities that need to be shared and probably become new club traditions. The many plans and projects that never got done because there was not enough time. Maybe it's a good opportunity to, instead of having the new officers think of something new, they could just pick up that project and finally fulfill it. And of course, there are always things that could have been done differently. And maybe, you know what? If I knew then what I know now, I would or would have not done things in a different manner. So what's in it for you? Have you thought about being part of the new club officers? Will you retire, sit back, and enjoy as other club members embrace this new experience? Think about it. It's a great opportunity to grow and learn, and the learning doesn't just stay at club level. Perhaps you're ready for the next challenge and you're ready to embrace being an area governor and being responsible for 3 or more clubs. Or why not? Possibly even division governor, being responsible for at least 10 clubs. And of course, building a team with the area governors that you will have. Think about it. Everything is part of learning, and everything is part of developing you as a leader and putting those leadership skills to work. I've always believed that real leadership, or the real leadership challenge, is not inside the club, but it's outside, when you work with real people's wills and desires, and of course what they want. This is it for now, and I hope to see you within 2 weeks, which will probably be live from our district conference, which will be held in Mérida. Until then, I was your host, Violeta Rios, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.